everybody. Welcome once again to the Brony Show, episode 626. That's right. I don't know how. I don't know what cosmic power in the universe caused this to happen. But somehow, by some miracle, this is the exact same week that the live-action Lilo and Stitch is going to be coming out. The exact same week, we have episode 626. I literally could not have planned this. There is no possible way I could have ever planned this.
I mean, with how many times we've missed Mondays, it really is just dice.
This was such a dice roll. This was such a stupid dice roll. I don't...
Oh, please. We all know that you planned this decades ahead before they even announced that
That's
movie.
right! When I just came out and I found out about My Little Pony Generation 1, I planned this ever since the 80s. I planned this. Yes! This is all the Brony Show's been leading up to. I can release a Pony episode with 626 the same time as a live-action remake nobody asked for! That's exactly this.
Is this why you brought this
Let's get the medication.
Is this why you brought this monstrosity to our eyes?
I'm not the one that technically I'm not the one that brought this monstrosity. Thank you very much, Creature, for the awesome background.
We love you, Creature.
We absolutely do love you. But he is purely responsible for this. And whatever the artist made this. But yes.
Okay, I thought you had some influence over this.
I had no influence on this. I didn't even know that this was happening until Creature's like, by the way, how did you pull this off? And I'm like, I pulled what off? I literally... It's like, yeah, no. The live action remake. Oh, is that why we're getting all the news articles about people being pissed and that they don't even have the same villain this time? I mean, seriously, how do you not have the iconic villain in the remake? What's supposed to be Stitch's motivation? That that the entire movie is about him trying to come to terms with where he is and who he is as a person? That's not Disney.
I mean,
that would never do that. It's not Disney. No, they need to have an actual villain that is so over the top that everybody boos them until they die.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also people just enjoyed the fact that there was an antagonistic force that unreasonably did not want Stitch to win.
Heck, if it worked for Finding Nemo 2, why not here?
Anyway, we're gonna move on from there. So yeah, the episode number is a coincidence, but it has absolutely nothing to do with what we're gonna be talking about. No. Today's episode... Oh! Well, there's a big reason why I kind of went the direction I did, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But no, when we were showing our little video thing a few weeks back, we had one where it showed off about 10 different pony horror games, and I did not recognize a lot of them. And I realized I might have fallen pretty behind on fan-made pony games since way back in the day. So I decided to take a quick look at a couple of game distribution sites. Not Steam, because unfortunately there are pony games on Steam, there's just only a few. I'm going more for the free ones, the Game Jolts, your Itch.ios, the Game Bananas. There may be a few others out there that I may not even be aware of yet. But I did a look, and then I realized I should use a filter. And then I realized the filter was useless. The filter was useless. So we are going to be going through these game distributions to look at some of the pony games that are out there. Of course, we aren't going to scroll through the games on screen as you see them because there are filters. There are filters, but it's the same problem as with social media, as some people have not tagged the games properly, and you cannot hide some of these games that should not be shown. If you can even call them games.
Even if you don't want it.
Some of these are not games, just to put it bluntly. They're image packs. There are stories. And they...
you mean visual novel?
No, I mean they're image packs. They're literally just somebody came up with a theme, and then there's a bunch of images.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me put it to you this way. Here's the most tame one. One of the more tame ones that is on here that I found. The image pack is called "We Don't Normally Wear Clothes."
Which,
Yeah, if you
from
think
the
about it for
show-
even 5 seconds, you're gonna get the hint why we can't show that.
and again, even if it's a line from the show, that was meant to be a joke in a kid's show.
Well, no, yeah, I mean,
So-
yeah, it is a joke in a kid's show, but it kind of gives you the hint why I gotta be really careful about this stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But in any case,
Oh,
there are,
Jesus.
yeah, despite that, there are so many games here, and it is exciting, so I'm going to have some fun looking through them. My Future Pony. Yes, that is, Rainstorm actually has exactly what I'm talking about. You know what? Let's quickly swap over here. Rainstorm has exactly what I'm talking about. Steam has, like, My Future Pony. It has a couple of romance novel games. There's a derpy one that may still be there that I'm surprised is still there if it is, because that is one I think Hasbro has every right to go after, but
Maybe
They
they
haven't.
just don't know about it.
they may not know about it, and it is free, so, you know, yeah, Derpy's Funhouse, you still have that. Somehow. It's free and it's there, so yeah, they have a Derpy game in there. But yeah, there are a few games on Steam, and I have bought into almost all of them, if not all of them. But we already usually tend to play them pretty much when they come out. And this is the first time in a long time, in a very, very long time, that I've gone through Itch.io and Game Jolt. In fact, I barely even used Game Jolt until more recently. So, yeah, that's why I'm really fascinated and excited to look through this. But before all of that, and to also give an explanation about why I'm kind of doing this, we do have to give ourselves a little bit of time together. And what better way than with a big old heaping double scoop of wub. But before we do that, I should of course introduce everybody. Hi, I'm Circuit Main. We are also joined by DM21.
That image is a face only a mother could love.
Deathlight Productions.
Huh?
Tick Stallion. Or, oh yeah, Tick Stallion may not be quite with us, but he is here. Tokoi.
Oh,
Hi-oh!
yeah, I am.
Oh,
I'm here. I was just doing something else for the moment.
oh okay. Tokoi then.
Beep boop.
And also Sukevde Taku Sended, who is currently muted.
You probably went to get food.
He probably did.
Or
Okay.
laundry.
Or both. Maybe he went to get laundry food.
Hey,
Or-
that's very important.
Yeah. You gotta get laundry food. You don't feed that washer, it starts to eat your socks.
Exactly. You gotta
Yeah.
get some of that.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours, buddy.
Ah. So,
Exactly. Don't put your clothes in without the food. It'll make your clothes all scratchy.
yeah, you gotta do that, man. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get our wubs on. With a little bit of What's Up, Brony. So, I'd like to ask all of you, as I do every week, and we give ourselves a chance to warm up our vocal cords. What's up, Bronies?
Enough of this severe weather already.
I guess that's what's up.
I hear.
Yeah, that's basically been a lot of the stuff. I, however, am going to be dealing with working from tomorrow until next Monday. So I'll take the money, but I won't like it. Also, earlier today, my boss was like, can you come in and because da-da-da-da, and I'm just ignoring it because, no, regardless on how I do, I wouldn't have any days off if I did.
No, admittedly, I
It's
don't...
exhausting, this all.
Well, admittedly, on my part, I don't exactly have too much of a... Well, I mean, I think the weather might be messing with me a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. But, yeah, it hasn't been extreme for me. It's just been kind of cold and rainy, and now it's warming up again. So it has been fluxing, but that's about it. Yeah, you know, we haven't had any, like, massive weather conditions that have caused me to fear for my life and everybody around me. But speaking of fearing for everybody around me, I do have a thing going on. Now, some of you who have been privy to my current situation is, you are aware that I live in a house and I do have roommates. Currently, my roommate would be Haru, who was a former host here of the show. The thing is that is about to change as of tomorrow, in fact, because right now half of the well, I can't say half of the house, but half of their room has been packed up and moved out. Haru is actually going to be moving out tomorrow. Which means that, yep, I've been dealing with all of that because having a roommate move out means, you know, you got to make sure that everything gets taken care of, both with them getting their stuff out, making sure they have all of their stuff, making sure they don't take any of your stuff, and then then a few trips to a thrift store with their excess stuff that you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also kind of a good thing because I'm going to finally have a chance to see what it's like to live by myself, because I'm not going to lie, ever since I was born, and I mean this in all literal sense, I have never had a single case where I wasn't living by myself, where there wasn't somebody living with me. Obviously, living at my house, at my family home, I had my family. Then every time I went to an apartment, it wasn't just by myself; it was always with roommates. And about the same time I would leave, the roommates would also leave. So it was very rare that I would ever have an opportunity to be by myself. And even when I was into the house, I actually had a roommate move in before I moved into the house. That was pretty wild. To be completely blunt, that was really wild. So this is literally a absolute first for me, which is going to be really interesting to really get. That is not the starting bid. For one thing, the starting bid is going to be about $700 or $800 now. But
oh, that's still pretty reasonable.
Oh no, it's absolutely reasonable, especially if you look at how much the rates are going in this area. It's completely crazy. But no, I'm looking forward to actually having a place to myself. I'm already making some plans on setting up a little VR area in the side room over here instead of having it downstairs, where I don't have to worry about smacking a light for once, or a dresser. It seems like either I'm worried about smacking a dresser or smacking a light. Either case, my hand gets hurt. It's such a pain. So yeah, I got that going on. But along with that, I'm also pretty excited. I cemented my plans for Everfree Northwest, so I have my plane tickets, I have the hotel, I have my pass, I have everything, except money saved up to make sure that I have a crazy time when I go. But that's the last thing that I'm working on, and I can easily work on that. And I also have my Cider Fest plans are currently in the works, because I currently have my hotel and my pass for Cider Fest. So I just need the plane. Really good stuff. So, that is a little bit of what going on with me. So there will be a group for Everfree. Yes. I already have plans to go to Everfree. I believe Coal Dust is still making plans to go to Everfree. Toakoi is making plans to go to Everfree. I can't vouch for Creature at the moment. And I think Toakoi was the one that brought CMC prior, so it would be up to him. It would be up to him if CMC were to come again this year.
No, we already have that. We got tickets, we got planes, we got boarding. We are going to Everfree, baby.
So we do have a CMC. Haru is going to be going with me to CMC as well, so I can already confirm that one. So yeah, Haru will be there.
You just said Haru and you are going to CMC.
I know what I said, and I stand by it. Me and Haru are going to be Everfree. It's Everfree. Yeah. Creature is a strong maybe. Okay. Thank you, Brony Show. I have. You know, there's something funny about that. I'm not gonna lie, because it means somebody else is on the restream with me. Thank you for the strong maybe, Creature. But the other one that would sometimes go, Deathlight. Do you know if you have any plans, or is that still way up in the winds, or not happening?
It's not gonna happen.
Alright.
Aw, we miss you, man.
We do. That sucks, but I understand. So yeah, okay. I think I covered everything I got going on, other than my descent into madness. But that's kind of a daily basis thing at this point. Anybody else have any other What's Up Brony going on with them?
Oh, fun. My arthritic medication. Well, let's say it went through something. Well, start at the beginning. My doctor last week told me that it's the reason I've been having some weird going on is because my medication apparently went through something called a secondary failure.
Oh no.
That doesn't sound good. That sounds the exact opposite of
No.
good.
No, it does not sound good. It also explains why I have what I've been feeling more lately these days.
Well, at least I identified it, so hopefully they could do something about it.
Yeah, the problem is I'll have to go on another medication, but I don't know how long that'll take.
That's a pain. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fun time.
Mm. Anybody else have any other what's up, Brony, they want to throw out there?
Well, I just spent all last week just working in the rain. Then it rained all weekend, and it rained a little bit this morning too, but it finally cleared up. So, but that means I got like no work done on any of my vehicles, which is always annoying.
Yeah, I think the only thing you posted that entire week was just dials.
Yeah, my new gauges came in, as well as my new battery cables. The head got back. The gasket kit is here. I have everything I need to put that Toyota back together. I got everything I need to get the whole gauge cluster going on the Ranger, as well as getting it to actually get the starter going again, and then finally figure out the cables and everything. So I've got everything I need now to finish everything. I just could not do it last weekend. It was frustrating.
Yeah, water and electricity don't mix.
Well, water and a lot of things do not mix.
Yeah, water is not exactly a good mixer, except for when you have to mix with it.
Unless you want to thin down your alcohol, then it's generally okay. But
oh well, yeah. I mean, at that point, you absolutely have to use water.
yeah. And today would have been the perfect day to have off and show the bosses like what you're actually there for, because oh man, it sucks. Coming in Monday morning, you see over 30 things in your work tab. They're all the big complex stuff that takes like hours to do, and then they throw over 40 eBay orders on top of that go, by the way, this all needs to go out today. And then they go, oh yeah, by the way, have those complex orders. The customer's coming today to pick them up. Like, okay, cool. And then the guys up front keep selling things and keep calling me going, by the way, the customer wants to pick it up today.
You son of a bitch.
So I'm like, this would have been the perfect day to have off. Because then it's like, yeah, look at what happens when I'm not here. Doesn't it suck?
It kind of reminds me of Wedding Singer. It's just like, again, things that should have been brought to my attention yesterday. It's just, why now?
Well, and see, I was even nice. On Thursday before I left, because I only work 4 days a week, my work tab was completely cleared out. There was nothing in my tab. So all that was there, all that they were complaining about was all from Friday. From when that other guy is supposed to take over the yard for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man.
Why don't you talk to the guy that should have been doing it? Why are me? Why am I here? I mean, just because I'm the only responsible person.
Oh, pretty much.
I can't afford to fire you. You're the only one pointing
to stop calling me on Fridays about stuff should tell you something.
Yeah.
A year and a half.
They can't afford to fire you.
Well, I mean, it's job security, but at the same time, it's not a very secure job.
I mean, he's from what I'm hearing, he's one of the few responsible people working there.
No, it's not just responsibility. It's more having to deal with people who treat others like they are not as important as themselves.
Well, part of it also, they've gotten into a bad habit of, oh, I'll take care of that on Monday. So they leave all the annoying stuff for me to do on Monday.
It's the perfect plan.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I want to take a whole week off. And honestly, this would have been the perfect week to take it off because they would not have been able to do what I have done on a Monday, let alone for the whole week.
Yeah, that's
And they would have
impressive.
got so many upset calls and everything else, as well as the new time schedule that they set for everything else. Because the bosses also made it so they want everything to be pulled and ready for the customer in 24 hours or less. If it's a small and simple part, it is 12 hours or less. You see the problem there.
Yep. Sounds absolutely realistic.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so since that is, let's go ahead and go on to happier things here. Anybody else have? Well, I say happier, but we're going to immediately open up the floodgates. Anybody else have any other what's up, Brony going on?
I don't know what you mean. I'm laughing about it.
Yeah. Alright, I'd say that's a good indication to go ahead and get ourselves moving on. We do have a little bit of site news here. And this came by the heavy encouragement of Rainy. And I mean heavy encouragement. The Rainy basically just started beating down my doors and just like, you must show this. The people must know the truth. We must know Soylent Green is ponies. The history has been changed. We will no longer be the 1%, or I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Rainy's actually been really hard at work in the background, doing something that's been sorely needing for a very long time, over a decade, in fact. We kept stringing it along. We kept trying to patch it together. We kept trying to keep it as alive as possible, but we also knew that things had to be fixed and it had to be removed. You know, basically, there's only so much you can fit. You can only polish a turd so long, and eventually you gotta throw it out and get something new and good coming in. So Rainy has been hard at work revamping and revitalizing the Brony Show website. And here we currently have it. As this is still in production, so this is a special sneak peek background stuff. This is not officially out yet. So
Nice, Rainy.
yeah, and the funny thing is that it also has been helping out Rainy a lot because Rainy's been working with ponies online and trying to get an idea of website building and things like that because, yeah. So yeah, at the moment you can see here we got the site here. I think this actually, you know, that's kind of concerning right there. Apparently we were supposed to start on February 9th and this isn't working. No, it's a link. This is something else entirely. We're gonna leave that.
Yeah, there's a link to a previous show.
Yep. Of course, you can see some of the things. The hosts are here, but it's still being put together. The crew. Archive, which contains still the Iron Pony. We made a promise way back when that whoever finished the Iron Pony would be remembered on the website for as long as there was a website. And even to this day, we still have them here and now. Our Iron Pony is still there. We still have, we are still going to do a shout out to all of the wonderful people that have been a part of the show, even if they aren't doing it anymore. And yes, even Gaming Meltdown is still getting a mention, which was a wild time, which I'm sure Creature is probably cringing right now in the background. Oh no, I actually just troubleshot something for Rainstorm. I'm sorry! Oh, no. See, this is why. It's still in the works. It's still being worked on. But it's also good that we messed with this, because now Rainy has something to look at and try to figure out how to fix. But yes, we are working diligently on getting the website, getting a good website going, and when this is up and ready to go, it will take the place. And of course, we are going to have a lot more here, especially the archive. I have been working, not as much as I should, but I have been working on getting a full Brony Show archive down, put up on PonyTube, and hopefully in some other locations as well. Because YouTube is not a great place for archiving anymore, let's face it. Yeah, I think that link might be broken, Rainstorm. I think you actually have to get it from the YouTube itself, but we could probably assist with that in some way. But we'll get back to you on that. That's obviously a future problem. But yeah, say hello to the birth of a new website that is slowly being made and very eagerly awaiting future production. And it may even be revamped. It may be even get ramped up a lot more than that in the near future. And once that's done, the business cards. And I'll have to start doing the blue sky. And I'll have to. Oh my god! I know. I'm gonna actually have to promote the site again. Oh no!
Oh no! So he actually has to do a promotion and show that we're still alive.
Oh no! I have to show that we
Oh,
still
no.
exist.
Anyway,
Anyway,
work.
anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the fun pony things that are coming out. Starting off with Something Social 2025. It is this weekend. It's a online multimedia event for the entire weekend with content all throughout the Brony fandom. We're talking videos, we're talking music, we're talking... I don't know what we're talking about. It's a big old multimedia online event, but it is all pony related and pony centered. That means you should absolutely check it out. I am on their Discord. I have been keeping an eye on things, and I am going to try to participate and enjoy it this weekend when it comes out. Along with that, the Acid Unicorns are also going to be doing something. I believe it is tied to Something Social. And of course, you can actually take a look at some of their previous events on their YouTube and get a general idea. But yeah, music, art, blogs, videos, animations, all sorts of stuff are going to be tied into all of this. It's going to be a big showcasing multimedia event from a group I haven't heard too much of, but apparently they've done this a few times. So it's exciting to see more groups out there coming up and really starting to get their work on and getting things going. I'm really excited.
And they're filling the void of the sunsetted conventions like BabsCon.
Yeah. The Brony fandom is healing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, again, I probably have to do my promotion for my con. It's something that you have to remember. The fact that there's even any form of convention means that the fandom's not dying, it is just changing.
It's changing and quieting down, which is a perfectly fine thing. If anything, it just means that it brings more attention to the people that are still part of the fandom and still having fun with it. And yeah, it's a good thing, really, if you really look at it. You just have to, it's good stuff. It's evolving. Evolving is a great way to put it, yes. So let's go ahead and go to the old school stuff. We have another physical convention. Sorry. We have a Pona Fest, which is going to be in Italy. That's happening next week on the weekend. This is a small event that's happening over in Italy, and it looks awesome. I really wish I could go to one of these. This isn't the first time I've heard of a Pona Fest either. But yes, the big Italian pony convention is happening. Yeah, it is. It looks really exciting. It looks like a lot of fun things are happening. Just a 2-day event. Looks a little smaller, but that's really cool about it. You get to really enjoy it a little bit more. Looks like they even got Prince Whatever going in as a musician. That is freaking sweet.
Yeah.
And along with that, funny enough, there's also an online concert called the Dropa Vampire Birthday Fest. It's a mini music festival that is going to be happening to celebrate Dropa Vampire, who is having a birthday that day. I have no idea why in the world somebody is getting a full-on birthday music festival, but you know what? All power to them. Let's do this. It's fun. Sounds fun to me. And the week after that,
rich people that we don't know.
Who knows? Or maybe they're just part of their own big group that we are not aware of. But the fact that they're getting it advertised and everything is really sweet. Actually, they have a website too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, here we go. Little more here. After a year without organizing another event for another edition of my birthday, I've decided to take up this project again. Initially started as an internal project between my friends and me. Since the 2022 edition, I decided to open the invitation. Okay, so this has been going. It's just that this is an open invitation birthday fest now.
Yeah, it was a private party until recently.
Yeah, now it's a little more public. So it consists of various performances celebrating my birthday streamed on Twitch. Novelty will be streamed for the first time on my YouTube as well. Also plans in streaming VR chat, but not sure about that. What's going on with that? 2022 project between friends was streamed exclusively on Twitch. 2023 opened the invitation to more artists. It's been well received. 2024 what didn't happen, but now 2025 they're going to be doing it. So it essentially just ended up being like a little private party thing with a bunch of musician friends and some others, and it just kind of ballooned. So this is kind of funny.
It grew into something beautiful.
It grew into something more than itself, which is really awesome. And of course, the week after that, we had week after that, there's Everfree Encore, which will be in Usla, which is in Deutschland. This one is a smaller thing. It's going to be in a smaller area, also celebrating musicians. A lot of musicians are really a big thing with a lot of the conventions. But yeah, big old musical event that is, oh man, I wish I could see that. Sorry, just Rainbow Horse.
Oh my, that horse.
That is awesome. Yeah, this is the Everfree Encore over in USA, and yeah, this is something I would so go to. This looks like so much fun.
Oh, that starlight on the tent.
Yeah, you got a freaking tent and music, and it's like a big old music festival over in Germany. Man, I hope they stream it. I don't know if they will, but if they do, that would be so awesome to check out. But yeah, this is something that would be so cool. This is also awesome. Oh my god! We found it! We found our new Pope, everybody! This is our Pope! I love it! Okay! This
Pony
is
Pope of booze and what is that one on the other corner?
we got a cup of booze, and I think that's a Bluetooth speaker. That's just probably blasting
Yeah,
music.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's what's funny is the fact that the new Pope is from the Midwest, and the Midwest is known for booze. So this isn't far from the new Pope.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's
Okay.
never mind. I just stopped
The
myself.
Brony Pope, yeah.
Oh, please, it's the Pony Pope.
It's the
just
Pony
So
Pope.
much better.
Yeah,
Pony Pope sounds better.
Pony Pope.
It's the Brony Pope.
Either
Yep,
case, it's just let's have fun with the image in general. This is just
Yeah.
awesome.
Wait, what is the logo on the Pope's hat?
I don't know. I tried to zoom in. I literally can't get in any closer. I don't know.
I think it's the same
Open the
logo
tab.
as
I think
it's
Dude!
same,
that is. Oh, this is such awesome.
Oh,
Oh.
that is just
Oh,
fluttering.
I hate. Why did I
Oh my
look at this?
God.
I'm actually upset now. I'm so upset. I would. Oh no.
Looks like
Wow.
a great time.
This looks like so much fun. Okay, we're moving
I
on.
know.
I can't stand this. This is depressing me. I'm moving on.
Actually,
As
that
long as the
image on
weather is
it.
nice, it looks like a great time. But the weather's horrible. Oh, you're probably gonna want to die.
Actually, before we move on, that image on the Pope's hat is almost the same lettering as the cans on those beers that the apostles are carrying.
It's probably the
Yeah.
same beer brand, really. It's probably a Deutsch brand.
Okay, I was able to open it. Gutinger? Eh.
Anyway, so moving on. Pony Expo does not exist. I have no idea what happened with this. I still don't know. I haven't heard any word from anybody or anything. I've been keeping eyes. I've been keeping tabs. I'm still in their Discord group. There hasn't been a message posted since an official announcement since really August. Not August. October 2nd of 2023. I'm not kidding. There's just so much crap. There's not even crap. It's just nothing. There's so much nothing. Pony Expo.
This does not.
It just
well,
does not exist. I don't know why it's still here. It just does not exist. And I'm upset because it was going to be really close to home here, so I could have had some it might have been interesting. And now that we're finally starting to move on, Schrodinger's Expo, yeah. And we also got PonyCon at Festival Fantasie 2025. This one is also in another location that I cannot pronounce. Oh, this is the Czech Republic. Yeah, it says it right here. It's in Charlottenburg, Czech Republic. I don't know how that's pronounced. But yeah, it's over in the Czech Republic. So
Hey, do you think we could ask, Cole if Feather would be able to do that since they're Czech?
yeah, you might want to check with them on that.
I see what you did there.
But yeah, no. Apparently, the Festival Fantasy, it looks like it's a full on. I guess you could call it a fan convention, just for just people geeking out about everything. And they're having a PonyCon. They're having a PonyCon at this festival.
An internal convention while going to the other convention. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, that looks so cool there too. Oh,
Oh
man.
my goodness, that reminds me of those Christmas movies.
Yeah, I kind of
Okay.
a little Rankin Boss going on there.
Rankin Boss, yeah, the name was
Yeah.
escaping me.
And
Which, as people have learned, technically all those Christmas movies are anime.
Yeah, we're not gonna dig too much into that. We're already falling way behind on time here. But we also got Full Spectrum Fest, Refractions, and another online music festival happening in just 5 weeks, completely online. This is a Ponytown convention, so this is kind of interesting because it's going to happen within the Ponytown event servers. So you get to have your little bit pony walking around while listening to amazing performers and you chatting up with people. Really cool stuff. All right, and that is it for the conventions that are coming up soon. Not for all of the conventions, there's quite a lot of them. But we got to get to the news here because we got very little news, but there's still news. Next in the news, the top 10 Brony songs of April 2025 have been unveiled. I keep talking about this. I'm going to keep talking about this. We have a lot. I mean, we just saw a bunch of concerts and events happening in the community over the next 5 weeks. Music is a big part of the Brony community, but as much as there are some great musics out there that we will remember forever, practically every Brony out there knows the first 2 notes of Discord at this point. We all know that bump bump. Immediately we hear it, we immediately know Discord. But there are also musicians out there that are starting to cut their teeth here in the Brony community, and some that are still making music even to this day. And it's kind of hard to get your word out there once in a while. So having somebody out there that is collaborating some of the great music of the month and giving you a little sneak peek so you can see if you want to hear some of it and maybe follow some of the artists, it's a great way to go. Great way to find out about the music that is out there, the musicians that are out there, maybe finding a new favorite that you might like. Somebody's poking fun at me. Why am I being funned? Oh no, I'm dying from tea. Sorry, give me a second. But yeah.
Second, I told you not to spill all that tea, but you didn't listen to me.
I have to spill
now
the
we can poke
tea.
fun at you for the tea.
I have to spill the tea though. But yeah, check out the Top Brony Music. This is done by the website, the YouTuber Top Brony Music. It's really not hard to miss.
Your body's telling you you had enough vitamin T.
Well, do you know what I haven't had enough of yet? Ponies. And apparently tamers. So, yep, tamers. If you already know this, you already know the warnings. If you don't know this, this is early 2000s internet humor in such a nutshell. But it's been going on for a while now. It hasn't been a long while, but I think we got like over 10 different videos now of tamers and probably much more to come. But yeah, a crazy combination of weird computer voice acting ish. You get all sorts of anime drawing styles, from really messed up to some that actually are pretty decent if you really look at it. In some cases, some of it's just clip arting. Just a bunch of dumb humor, a bunch of dirty jokes, messy jokes. Just a lot
Some
of
scatological humor.
a lot of weird, crazy, insane stuff.
Um,
Yeah, I know. What a time to get in there, right? Anyway, so yeah, a lot of craziness going on with this, but this still apparently has gotten the darling of a lot of people. Some people really enjoy it because it's just so completely out there. So yeah, I do recommend checking it out, but make sure you go with a very strong sense of humor and be prepared to be offended by something. Just really,
And
really...
gross. Don't forget the gross out part.
Yeah, well, that's part of the offensive part. Yeah, it's a bag of memes in a show. But I mean, this is where we got this is where we got the latest fan craze character,
Flawless Sparkle.
Flawless Sparkle Moon. I kept wanting to say perfection, but I knew that wasn't right. Flawless Sparkle Moon.
If it's tamers, expect to be offended.
Yeah, expect to be offended. Something is going to rub you wrong, but as long as you keep relaxed and just enjoy it for what it is, and realize that it
Calm
is
and flutter on.
that nobody is safe from this. You may have some fun with it. Anyway, moving on along here. Here's something that some people can definitely have some fun with. More posable pony toys, and this time of the G5 cast. Looks like Dinosaur is actually getting really heavy into pony toys over in China. So hopefully we may see these coming along over here as well. But yes,
The only negative I would say is that Misty is a little bit too blue.
you got the wrong... well, how about the other Misty? You got Misty 1 and Misty 2.
No,
That is Izzy. Misty is right there.
Izzy.
I am sorry.
You're still
You were
doing
calling her
it.
Misty.
I'm going to be doing that forever. I know it. Yeah.
But again, I like it and I enjoy it, but that Misty is just a little bit too blue.
It's definitely an art style of its own here. I mean, you see that the characters all have like symbols and everything going up their legs. You got little like flurries going on in their ears.
Look, Mommy, that horse
Hitch
has
looks
so
like
many
he's been
tattoos.
tattooed to hell.
He's
Mommy.
like a dad.
Look, Mommy, so many tattoos on that horse. Can I have some?
Of course, you still got Izzy being Izzy. Pip is
Has
actually...
more flatter.
Pip is the most down to earth of all of them, which is hilarious, all things considered.
She's the
Oh, yeah.
example of
And,
Pip is the example of less is more.
okay, Misty apparently is following her evil side version when she was a lot more blue than had that hair thing.
Yeah,
going on,
she
so...
needed like a darker blue to a navy in her hair.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the hair is kind of glowy, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
But yeah, really, it's really cool, awesome. The China pony boom is amazing. I mean, it puts the pony boom we had here in the U.S. to shame. But at the same time, I'm so happy to see it going on because we get to see so many amazing things that may actually bleed out over here and help cultivate even a bigger, more vibrant community for us, which I'm really excited and hopeful for.
Only
And
if
plus,
Hasbro
it will
doesn't
allow
ruin it.
G5 to have more of a ground than just, what we had.
Well, do you know what we can do with what we had?
Oh, what can we do, man?
We can show it off. The Pony Collection event is currently getting set up and ready to go over at Equestria Daily. And they released their halfway marker, which was a few days ago, so technically we're past that. But yes, they are asking for people's pony conventions to show collections. They're asking for the big pony collections that people have, asking them to show it all off, post it all up, and let people judge how insane you really are. And I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of what I'm gonna be working on after Haru moves out, because I'm gonna have space available to me. I'm gonna try to get a lot of my pony stuff together and make a big show of all of it instead of what I did last year, which is basically grab what I could in areas and cobble it together in a couple of snippets. So yeah, this is gonna get wild for me, especially since my collection has only gotten bigger since then.
Only until you're in the need for another roommate.
Well, I mean, I may eventually get another roommate, but at least it's going to be at least a few months before then. And I figured out I can survive by myself quite easily, in fact. It's kind of nice. But we'll get to that later. So, yeah, if you have a collection of pony stuff and you really want a chance to show it off, they're asking for those collections. They're asking for photos. They have instructions, deadlines, all of the fun stuff that you need to know in order to do it. Really easy peasy, and I am going to do my best to participate in this too. So, yeah, you're not the only one participating. If you're going to be checking it out, I'm going to be doing the same. So I encourage everybody to please, if you can, if you will, please go ahead and do so. Let's have some fun with this. Let's show off our pony. And finally, and this is one I realized I probably should post up here and talk about it because I did mention it a few times already. So, some people are already aware that Cal Payne is no longer with Equestria Daily, but the big thing is Cal Payne was usually the one responsible for the Artist Training Ground yearly draw-a-thon. But now it looks like since Equestria Daily doesn't seem to be going through with a artist training ground for this year, or they're still working on it, they haven't made any announcements about it. Cal Payne just decided, fine, I'll do it myself. So we now have the newbie artist training ground, which will be conducted on Blue Sky by Cal Payne. So this, of course,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I am going to be participating in this, and it means that my personal Blue Sky here is going to get these posted up. But yeah, if you want an excuse or a reason to try to practice some art, maybe get your try to warm up once again, or get your chops on, or maybe even just try drawing for the first time, this is a perfect chance and opportunity to do so. And not only that, it's on Blue Sky, which you can post the pictures on there. So no need to sign up for DeviantArt. No need to copy links from Tumblr. No need. Actually, this is going to be a lot easier. I just have to make the freaking art and post it on Blue Sky, and I'm done. I don't have to go through like 7 degrees of bacon just to get it posted. So yeah, and this will be happening on June the 1st. So right at the beginning of next month. So yeah, I am planning on participating, and I wanted to get the word out for everybody else out there. This is a thing. This is optional. This is something you can check out. Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and do it. And with that, I believe that is it for the news. Now, of course, with the end of the news, that begins our next part, which is, of course, our content creation. Our challenges of the week, our artistry desire. Every week we challenge everybody out there to be creative. We go through a random prompt picked by all of you. We put it on a big wheel, we spin it, we select it, and then we ask all of you to create something. And it doesn't need to be art. It could be music. It could be painting. It could be video. You could do a little skit with pony figures. You could actually make a hamburger based off of the theme if you really wanted to. But the quest is to express your creative side, to be a part of the Brony community by just giving a little bit of that creativity, no matter how you express it, however you express it, to go out there, create something cool, and put it out there. And to be part of, and to encourage that, I also use this as my chance to challenge myself and draw something as well that I have been doing every week for a very long time. But that gives us our challenge of the week. But along with that, we also have a protest initiative challenge to shake things up a bit, especially if we end up with a really weird prompt.
Oh, it was pretty normal this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
French fries.
Yeah. And of
Yeah,
course,
French fries.
our challenge for the week was faces.
French fries.
Yeah, faces and French fries.
Face
So-
the French fries head on. I don't know.
So
French fries. Applied directly to the forehead.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure you should apply the French fries to the forehead. So I decided to try to take this as extreme as possible.
Ooh, look, Idaho nachos.
I wasn't expecting that. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, he's not
Like,
wrong.
Yeah,
I didn't say he's
Idaho
wrong. I
nachos
just
is
never
classic.
had. I never had Idaho nachos. I have no idea what Idaho nachos are.
It's
Basically,
basically
chili
like,
fries.
It's basically grabbing all the stuff for nachos, but then instead of chips, you just grab potato wedges or
Oh.
even French fries if you're cheap about it.
Okay, so I apparently failed in trying to express why in the world I look like I'm about ready to pass something through places that aren't big enough to pass things. So,
Well, also, again, chili fries would have worked here.
Yeah, but no, that's not the point. It's not gonna get a face like this. No. So, I'll go ahead. I'll try my best to explain what I was trying to go with here. We of course have the big carton of fries.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a giant layer of melted American Kraft Singles cheese. I want to make
Yummy.
that very specifically.
Oh,
I'm not talking about American cheese. I'm talking about Kraft Singles. I'm talking about those plastic things that are coming in little plastic packages. And you
I was
honestly
gonna say, it's all
wonder.
just melted plastic on your potato, man. There's your issue.
And then what that is? That's not sour cream. That's mayonnaise. That is a big glob of mayonnaise,
You
Very
back
European.
and it's been
Sorry,
and
just go.
it's been seasoned on top with paprika. And there's pepper in the cheese. The fries have
That
been
is-
salted. And then
That is also very European.
there's pickles, just random pickles in the fries.
God, they're jalapenos.
They're pickles. They're
I
supposed to
could,
be
I could
pickles.
actually go for some pickles right now.
I know.
Circa,
I
you
actually
just-
do.
Circa, you just designed a dish of fries that my significant other would really like, and then put American cheese on it.
It already has the American cheese, though.
But like
See, but
paprika and mayonnaise, though.
Well,
yeah, that's actually a really good combo.
it is a really good combo. It just I don't imagine it works on fries, though.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
does.
know. Have you
Like,
tried it?
right?
No,
Mayo is really popular on fries.
Yeah, man. It's just
like, the closest I've
It's
come
a
to
good
mayonnaise and
replacement for
fries
sour
is fry sauce, essentially.
yeah.
But I don't. I just a giant glob of mayonnaise would just put me off. I don't mind dipping my fries and things. It's just a giant glob of it. It's just like no.
Yeah, but when you mix it with the paprika, eventually it's just gonna be kind of reddish looking, so you're fine.
You
So
see, Circa,
you actually made something that people would actually
Yeah.
give it a shot.
Maybe I should have
I
made
mean-
it. Maybe I should have made that tahine then. I don't know.
Honestly, replace the Kraft singles with actual cheese. Golden.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang it! I was trying to go for disgusting, and I end up apparently making a culinary dish. What the hell?
Circa, if you want disgusting, take a basket of fries and pour milk on it.
Oh,
You know,
Oh, you gotta
that
go-
was so simple, and that would have been so easy a lot easier than this. I'll tell you that. Just pour milk on it. I mean, that would work, but I'm more ashamed that I couldn't.
It'd be a very starchy cereal. And a bit salty, too.
Did I at least get a good expression going on? Come on.
Oh,
Give me
Yeah, you got a good expression. I like
the
the
expression is golden.
Yep. The fun thing about this. Sorry.
See, you're all starting to a bunch of gremlins where we'd 100% try it though.
Yeah, honestly.
I know. I probably would try it too. I'm not gonna be honest. I mean, I'd be disgusted, but I mean, the pickles alone would get me curious.
I don't know
Circuit,
if
hear
I
me
would.
out. Hear me out. A tater tots with salt, milk. You've made a savory frosted mini wheats.
Why are you
No,
not-
no, we are moving on. No,
No.
no. Oh god, I'm making that face right now. All right. The fun thing about
It almost sounds like something ordinary sausage would do.
the funny thing about
Oh,
this.
God.
The fun thing about all of this though, this particular piece of art, I think it just took me a little over an hour of actual work time making this.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Also, your arm looks like it's coming straight out of your hair.
my what?
Look at that arm. Look at that hair.
I know. I was trying my best here. I was trying to get it so that the hair was just draping over the arm, but
Yeah, I knew where you were going with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
second for that future reference, have the tip of it just be over the side of the arm a little bit.
Well, you could also just have a parting, just make the parting line a little bit farther up.
yeah, I
arm.
didn't initially have the part. I drew the hair, then I drew the arm, and just like, oh my god, it looks like the hair cuts it off. It doesn't look right, and I tried to fix it. I'm still having issues with the arms. I can still see the shoulder here, and it still bugs me. But I realized that shoulder right there, it actually was turning right there, and the box is just in a weird placement, so it's really not what I'm thinking it is. But it still bugs me. There's little bits that are still bugging me, but it's just little bits now, which is amazing. It means I am improving.
You are improving, and don't worry about it, Circuit. This is just your VR model.
Yes.
God, I gotta work on that VR model. I got a convention coming up in a few weeks. Anyway,
we all know the VR models. A lot of the time, hair goes through the arms. It's
Sure.
fine.
This is why I don't have hair.
It's a given in that area.
Speaking of which, we also have Toa's fries.
Frylock.
Is that Frylock?
Yes, from the backside.
Where's the diamond?
I was about the diamond.
What?
Oh, he has a on his back, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has a little diamond thing on the back. Otherwise, yeah.
I forgot about that.
I didn't, because I thought this was just Toa standing next to a freaking weird giant fry statue thing.
Well, also there's another joke here if you're not ignoring it.
Well, I mean, the fries that look round.
Yep,
I don't
but
know
they're
what
square.
those-
I don't get it.
I get
It's
it.
a reference to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where in the book there are square cookies that look round because they have a face on them.
See, that's the problem. You expect me to read the book?
Oh, okay. I thought the joke was that the face kind of looked like the Scrub Daddy.
I kind of see.
Oh,
I see the Scrub
I got
Daddy
that
face.
too.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
you deep fry the Scrub Daddy.
So you basically you got a Frylock that is off model with a reference from a book on two different things that are so diametrically opposed. It's not even funny.
No, I like it, Toa. I like it. I like the angle you're going.
No, it's
Well,
an
that's-
interesting angle. Just it needed a little extra work.
And the
I like it.
more fascinating thing is, all this was done in paint with layers.
Hell yeah. Wait, you
Yeah,
can layer
okay.
and paint?
Yep.
The new paint is a lot more like an actual art program instead of just something that you try to sketch with. It's not great still though, but it's something. It's there-ish.
I would try.
How about
I like this.
Scrub Daddy hash brown?
Scrub Daddy hash brown.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh
Yes, actually, yes.
Actually, it just reminds me of those weird smiling face potatoes that you can get.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Instead, they're square though.
I just come home from the store with a bag of those. I'm like, gee, I don't know why. For some reason, like every time I try and wash dishes, it just falls apart. Like it's made out of potatoes or something.
It's like a guy out of potatoes. I'm a
know
man
it's
out of
weird,
potatoes. Yeah.
There's like this weird layer that gets all over my plates and stuff too. I don't know what it is.
All right, now let's have a little bit of other people's funds that are not part of the challenge, but they're still things that were created for them, by them, or with them. In some cases, all three. But
Cute.
start up a wholesome time between husband and wife. This was from Rainstorm. I'm not gonna lie, I can't tell if that's an egg or her stomach, and both concern me.
Why not both?
Why not her? That's the concerning part.
I like it. I think it's adorable.
No, it is adorable. I'm just trying to figure her out more than anything. Him, it took me a while to realize he's a snake. He's a furry snake. I think. Is he a furry snake? Somebody
Rainy,
answer
help-
questions. I'm getting more questions now. I don't know what's going on.
Is Rainy still in chat?
She's.
Look, it just
They are.
long
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah.
The husband is the okay, there we go. The husband's the Draconiquus. Okay, there we go. That actually answers so many. That actually
lucky
explains
boy.
the lion paw. Explains the lion paw.
Yeah.
Also, when
Mine was trying to. Yeah. Oh, Chaos the Kite. Really? Oh, I see it. Oh, my apologies. We'll get to Chaos the Kite right away then. But yeah, thank you so much for this awesome thing. Awesome art, Rainstorm. Anyway, yeah, Chaos the Kite did bring this, and to commemorate this, I I had a little bit of fun here.
To commemorate my ascension to the throne, I hereby declare that all hay fries shall now be known as friendship fries.
That's the first bit of it. That's the second bit of it elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I didn't do the rest of this. I was just messing with this thing. Yes, Twilight. I believe you have gone mad with power. Of course I have. Have you ever gone mad without power? It's boring. Nobody listens to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then a handwritten thing as a preview to the long-running and very nice. Hey, so, oh, what is the game we play?
We'll get to that here in a quick moment. But yeah, anybody who's curious, that audio was from 15.ai. Appears that they are actually back up and running for now. And I just messed with it a little bit and realized it'd be funny just to have a little derped Twilight Sparkle saying that.
Ah, there.
And the only reason I use 15.ai is because it's obviously AI and derped to hell. That is it.
Mm-hmm. This is not a replacement.
I'm never going to use it like that. No. And especially if it was anything outside of 15.ai too, I wouldn't do that either. But we're moving on. So, yes, we do have the Ascension to the Throne and Friendship Fries. Now, let's see. I believe that everything else is extra. It's not part of the challenge, so we're gonna go back to the top here, because Deathlight also had a fun little creation of their character for a tabletop game.
Ooh.
Yeah. Look at the midnight scribbles. They're great, aren't they?
Oh, it's a feverish attempt when you're on your 5th cup of coffee at 3 a.m.
What coffee?
Your 5th cup of energy drink.
No.
5th cup of booze.
Do you not have any caffeine while doing this?
I don't drink any caffeine ever.
I know. I'm just okay. Well, it's just that the lines are too centered to be booze.
I actually had like 2 things of booze before that.
I give up. I don't know. I don't know anymore. This is why I don't. This is why I don't go into law enforcement. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening anymore.
I actually have a study your hand when I'm intoxicated. It's horrible.
That is weird, but I appreciate that though.
I spent more time trying to figure out how to make the runes and the spell work and everything than I did on my actual character.
Yeah.
It's just how it works.
And
I spent 20 minutes dueling her out. I spent like 2 hours trying to figure out how to do like the runic circles and everything else, and how to actually make it work. It makes sense.
And I think the funny thing about all of this, putting it all together, this is actually from the Pony Finder books, right?
No, it's from the official My Little Pony art role-playing game.
Oh, I stand corrected.
There is no zebras. I had to homebrew a zebra, which basically I grabbed a.
Really? Which one? Which one didn't have the zebras? Because I swear they both did at some point.
No.
Which one? The Renegade or the other one?
The Renegade.
The Renegade, really?
They will let you play as Pegasus, Earth Pony, Unicorn, Changeling, and now even dragons. They don't have anything for zebras.
I swear they had a zebra in there. And I might have to look. I might have to double check into that. I do have the Renegade books. I don't
have all of them. I couldn't find it.
Well,
Hashtag zebras need more love.
Maybe I'm wrong then. Maybe I got mixed. All right. But hey, yeah, homebrew zebra. Why not? Do it anyway.
Yeah, basically all I did was I grabbed an Earth Pony. I said, yes, this will be my zebra.
This will be my zebra.
They really need more love.
I'm sure they'll get it. I mean, I don't think Renegade stopped creating pony stuff yet, but they...
Yeah, like, the Dragon was actually one of their newest, add-ons, and it's a free PDF you can just download from the site.
Oh, that's cool.
So.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, good news is Creature is apparently all set for Everfree, but apparently the hotel prices may have, gone up since last we made our reservations for it.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You want to try to book it out. You want to try to book it as far out as possible, because the closer it actually gets to time, the more expensive rooms are.
Yeah, but it's not even that close, all things considered. I mean, it's in like near the end of August, and we're in May. Then again, I could be wrong, you know? Prove me wrong, I suppose.
It's one of those things of, it's also a popular area.
It's only 3 months away. It's not that far in retrospect for hotels.
True.
Yeah, I suppose.
True.
Right.
Oh, jeez. I need to start booking things pronto.
Let's see. You know, I swear they were coming out with another pony book from Renegade here. Or did I miss it? Or was it the Apple Derby? Oh no, it was the I don't think I got the crap, I don't think I have the dragon one actually. I think I may have missed that.
Yeah. It's just a free PDF you can get, so
Oh, never mind. Wait, are you sure? Because the My Little Pony role-playing game Diamond Dice Disaster is at like a $7 PDF.
Oh, well, I'm talking about like just the simple PDF to make your own dragon. That's for free. So.
Was it Knights of Camelot that I was thinking maybe?
You might be.
I got Knights of Camelot.
You know, I'll dig into this another time. I'm getting off kilter here. Let's get moving. We still got other.
Also, it's so disorganized in Renegade. It's horrible.
Holy kitchen! Oh my world! What?
Hold on. I don't think he went through the thing because I don't see the code.
Okay. Sorry everybody. Just to give a bit of a heads up to everybody out there, if you are going to a convention and they do have specialized rooms for that convention, make sure that they have room.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on.
Damn.
Hold on. Checking.
No, I'm aware of this. I think I might know what is going on with him. I'm double checking this. I am so sorry, everybody. I'm starting to save my friend. Probably, hopefully, over $1,000, maybe more. This is how you be a good friend. You friends help
Save
friends.
your friend from themselves.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Oh. Wow. G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, Power Rangers, Transformer, Unnatural Disaster. It's a combo book.
Wow, that's a combo. Anyway,
it'd be a lot easier if I just came in and did this.
Hey. So everybody, impromptu here. Just to check, when you went to the Everfree site, went to the hotel, and you attempted to book it, did you initially? I'm guessing you already went for the Thursday to Monday, and it said that there were no rooms, right?
Yes.
Did you try Friday to Sunday?
Yes.
Did that have rooms?
No.
Okay, so the Friday to Sunday were also out on the room code.
They said they had nothing.
Okay, never mind then. I guess they did run out of
guys,
rooms.
look at the con chat.
I am looking in the con chat.
Once an expansion, this hotel should release.
I will check again at around that time to see if it is any better.
Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely hold the room you have for now because you can always cancel it ahead of at least
Or
early in
change
time.
it.
Yeah, but that is wild. But that is good to know. Right?
That is my word of warning, and with that, I am out.
Love you.
Love you. Besides, he gets to miss this horror. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Kalsakai. Kalsakai is actually. This is amazing because he's actually working on a script for the Brony Show Soul Calibur episodes that he's doing, and apparently I bred as an angel and somehow sent my daughter to. Oh my god,
He got laid.
No,
Circuit, I was about to ask, did you make a sourdough?
I think I made Pony Female Jesus.
No, you did not make Pony PL Jesus. You made the child a Pony PL Jesus.
No, I mean I made. I mean no, I'm just. So
I had a feeling as soon as I saw that. I had a feeling.
so apparently I bred with Twilight Sparkle as an angel and sent down my angel daughter. What? I mean, this is the kind of script writing you will never get in Hollywood, and I love it. But it's also painful as hell.
But you might be able to get it in Bollywood.
Bollywood, or maybe early anime, or even maybe current anime. But still, this is wild, and I love it.
And he just be like, "Night, buddy."
And when I saw this in Discord, I thought, "Oh Jesus!"
And of course, the name is Circuit Light, which I mean, the Circuit Light, which I'm Kaosakai. I applaud, but for the love that's holy, don't make it Circuit Light. It sounds like me and Twilight merged and became a creature that we're calling our own daughter.
Too late. We already got it.
I mean, no.
What about Sparklight?
No. Spark. Maybe Spark Bright or something. You do something where it takes corporate parts of the parents' names, but you also make it so it's in theme but not the same name. That's why Carrot Cake and Chiffon Swirl, Mrs. Cake. They had pumpkin cake and pound cake. I mean, they're still cakes, but they're different varieties of cakes. We have the ship name. Circuit Light is the ship name. It is not the name of the daughter. Oh, no. Oh.
Also, second, I hate to tell you this, but a second light is a thing.
I know it's a thing. I'm not saying it's not a thing. It's just that it's not a good naming convention. That's
all.
Would you have preferred the Twilight main?
It's still not the Moving on. The point was missed, and it went in another direction, and I think it went sailing off of a cliff. So we're going somewhere else. Here, let's look at this. Coldest, you have my permission. Tear this to shreds if you must.
Why would we tear it to shreds? That is freaking adorable.
Yes,
cute.
It's my craziest, finest, hardest work to date, which is why I welcome any heavy critique at all. Because it also means that it heavy critique in a good way. Like if the shining is off, like the sun is off, like the shading is weird.
The only real issue that I see here is the possibility of the eyes being a little bit off.
You have no idea what I had to do to those eyes before.
She's just a wee bit wide.
No, they kind of look like this initially. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of goofed the eyes at first. I had to fix them. Okay,
Yeah,
I see they got a little wall-eyed, but before they were really like massively missized.
These like I've seen things that you can only
imagine. I think overall the eyes should be a little smaller because right now it just looks like she can see through the world with the.
She got the good stuff.
With the size of the square.
She looks so high as a butterfly.
Eyes like high. Okay. Okay, shrink down the eyes. Got it. And center them a little bit better so she's not gone a little wall-eyed. Got it. She's supposed to be looking off in the distance. It just, I think the shining there did not help a little bit. Oh crap!
Also, the position of the nose is a little bit off from how you have the mouth.
The shine does not do that.
Yeah, it doesn't. The shine goofed
the
up.
same direction. Yeah.
Yeah,
the shine.
The shine should be the same angle on both eyes.
Yeah, no, that was something I learned when I reapplied it here. I forgot to redo it here. Yeah. And yeah, no, the nose is a little bit different because I'm trying to do the idea of a hint of a nose, and then the mouth, which it would still, if I lined it, would still collide with the mouth, but it also allows for.
What would help with that if you just have a little line, like just right over the nose hole, just kind of like a little, kind of swoop to the left. Well.
Just kind of imply the nose a little bit there.
Yes,
The easier way could also be instead of a side nose, do an arch nose with the nostril being visible underneath said nose.
Actually, what I should have done is I should have put a little bit of sun shining right along the ridge of the nose here, which the sun should have been hitting the nose like that, and it outlined it a bit with the actual glow up instead of nothing. Yeah, that might have worked too. Yeah.
Also, like it would have, I think, looked a little bit better if she was actually holding her hat.
I know that one went weird, and I just kind of had to stick with it at that point after I realized I missed that. It was supposed to be a hold up, but hooves are hard.
Yes, yes, they are.
The hooves are really hard. I'm surprised I even got them as well as I did. I didn't want to keep having to redraw them to get the hat right. But yeah.
Also, a little bit of body underneath the dress would have worked a little bit better because it looks like the just kind of stapled onto her.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about like a little bit of dress flow on behind the body, or?
Well, like a little, like if you can like see her hips and stuff like a little bit more, because it just looks like kind of a square of a dress on top of a
I did kind of try to do that. I tried to get it so this was hugging a little bit, so it was a little bit tighter around here. I guess I didn't billow that out right, or I may have billowed it out, but I redrew this a few times because it just looked really hideous, and I finally got it to a way I liked it, but I think I accidentally straightened that out in the process instead of making it look more billowier, so it looked like this was a lot more. I was looking at sundresses, and yeah, they are surprising how flowy they are.
I think just looking at stuff like Gone with the Wind for how they have their dresses flow.
No, I literally went to basically just a fashion site and just looked up sundresses and grabbed one.
Oh, don't just do fashion. You have to see the motion of some of this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I did the best.
The lotion.
I did the best. What? No.
Motion and motion.
These are awesome. These are really good critiques, though. Even when I'm trying to counter them, I am taking notes about everything you're stating.
Part of the reason why I'm saying that is the dress to be pressing against her because you got all that when it's blowing her hair back in her hat, so it should be also pressing her dress back.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I tried it. I failed out on that with the leg. I got a little bit more of a flow back here, but yeah, I am with you. I realized that, and I tried, and I could not get it to work right. I did compromise a little bit on this because I actually had one of these ridges out here a little bit that was trying to curl in. But it looked even worse with that, so I ended up just scrapping that altogether, which did help, but yeah, I should have had it hugging the leg a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more impression. The red flowers on the dress, Sakai. What were your what were you saying about those?
It's just a fun little stamp. It's fine.
It literally was. I mean, I could have tried to draw the flowers, but by this time it was only the 11th hour, and I was already exhausted and just like... I'm just gonna stamp it, put a little white circle on a bunch of it, make it look kind of floral, but not too uniform. Just like somebody was just having a little fun with it.
Sorry, that earlier comment was from something I read from someone someone retweeted back to me. I thought I had it on mute.
No, that's all right. Coldust, if you're there, did you have any thoughts on any of this?
I think it looks cute. And I do not know how to articulate the thing that I want to say because I just... But, like, I will say it looks good. You are improving very well.
Was it tedious to put on so many? With the stamp, no. The stamp was actually a lot easier. It was just like click, 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 click. If I tried to hand draw it though, it would be like circle, 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 circle. You know, basically, it immediately would go a lot longer. Which, yeah, I mean, I could have done a lot more variety if I did do that, but time was not on my side on this one. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, time constraints are a real issue.
Sorry, what were you trying to articulate that you were
Oh, it's the thing that I struggle with too, and that is frills. On
The frills
skirts.
are always going to be an issue because, second, you see the inward divots?
Maybe.
Okay, you see how you have the lines of the lighter green and then darker green?
Right. Yeah. The where the separation of the dress, so it had a little bit more of a flow with the form rather than just being like a single tube sock of a dress.
Yeah, that's the frills that Cole is talking about.
Okay, here's the problem: is the thing that I want to say, I don't know how to say it because I just lack all terms about dresses. It's a thing I need to work on.
Dress terminology is tricky. I will give you that.
It
What
is.
what do you
I need
need
to learn
to-
about fashion.
Which part do you need to talk about?
He's
The
mentioned,
bodice up top, the pleats down at the bottom.
it
Hold on.
always sounds like it sounds like the pleats when he mentions the frills. This
I'm
area,
just
I'm
gonna
guessing.
draw on like a post-it note or something.
Yeah, lead by example.
Yeah, where on the dress is it? This bottom portion.
It's. Let me just draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. This is what valuable critiquing is. It's accepting when you haven't done something right, but also listening to why it doesn't look right to people. That way you can you can figure out, learn, and grow.
What I am noticing is the waistline is high because that is just. If this were on a person, that would be just under the breast. That
really
is a
what
style of some sundresses.
it is.
Yep.
It's
It was
not
this
common.
one. It's not common, but it was on this one. I'm not gonna lie. It felt even higher to me, and I figured
that
out-
stitching at the neckline there.
Okay, that
the
one
way
was
it comes,
that one was.
that's common for
Yeah.
human clothes because we have breasts.
You know what? That's a
Yeah,
fair. That's a
you-
fair
It
point.
wouldn't have those stretch
You could've
lines
been-
in that way.
No, I just figured it
one
was
could've
weird
done without it.
stitching. I just figured it was a weird stitching thing. I really did not think about that part.
Yeah,
You forgot about the fun bags.
No, I just figured it was just to make it so that it would be able to close in a little bit at the top there. It was just some kind of design aesthetic.
to denote that, put buttons.
Actually, buttons would have probably been better.
All right.
Yeah, you overlap it a little bit and put a button.
Yep.
Right. At
I
the
try.
neckline.
Okay, I tried to sketch it, and I'm gonna be honest. It looks terrible in my sketch. I'm just gonna say you're doing great.
Fair enough. Okay.
It's, like I said, it's a thing I struggle with too.
No, I get that,
Oh.
but
Now that you
Yeah,
zoomed out, I
I think we need to
realize
move
that
on because we're already halfway through our normal
I know.
showcase.
I know.
one last note, because as you pulled out here, I noticed that the shoulders of the dress feel like they're floating above the shoulders
That's
of the pony.
Yeah, that's a big problem I still have with the shoulders. I did. Okay, yeah, I think I actually ended up redrawing the shoulders after I drew the dress.
Yeah,
Because yeah, I think I had them way too high.
because
and I
that
realized
line
that
does
didn't
not
look right.
match, and it should.
Yeah, no, that's a definite problem there. This one looks a little bit more right, but yeah, no, comparing it to the other one, yeah. I see what you're talking about. I botched that. Okay. Well, good critiques all around. This was definitely really good to know and learn.
Circuit, my critiques were not good because I didn't tell you anything.
Well, I'm sure you'll tell me something once the words come back to you. Or if they come to you.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, I feel that. So you know what? I think the best way to wrap up all of this before we get to the other long part is our picker wheel. Okay, everybody, it is time. We went on this a little bit longer than expected, but that was how our challenge of the week works. And that means it's time to come up with next week's challenge. Everybody is allowed to put up a prompt. You only are allowed one prompt, but you are allowed a prompt. Go ahead and put up whatever prompt you want in our chat room. Let us know. We will go ahead and put it on the wheel. Once we have all of the prompts that we think we're going to get, we will randomize the wheel, give it a spin, and then we'll see who wins and what the prompt will be for next week. And once again, these prompts are for everybody. They are to encourage creation any way you can. If you're not an artist, if you like doing music, that's great. You can do that. If you like designing cars and video games, do that. However you decide you want to do this, however you want to show off your creative skills and your creative ability, encouraged. This is how you do. This is how we want to encourage you. Because the Brony community is all about creativity, and this is how we want to try to encourage that and keep it going. And boy, we're getting some interesting ones. Brand revamp. Presto, help me. How did you get your name? Forgot to do the dishes. Activate the dance bot. 3D printed.
Surprisingly, I'm not the one saying 3D printed.
I'm as surprised as you are, but it's still curious how that's going to go. Boy, we got
to do the dishes. It could either be just a whatever picture or a very serious, dangerous picture.
It could be any.
Depending who's involved.
It could be any way you want to interpret it.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna do this week. I should have done it last week. I think about it.
Oh no!
I think you tried it. Sergeant Reckless.
Yes.
Why do I feel that's a wrestling thing?
No, it's not. No, that is a reference to one of the most unsung war heroes of American history. And it works out because it's a horse.
No, I'm actually.
Oh,
and with Derpy.
That is awesome.
I should have done it last week because the date of death was May 13th, 1968.
I accidentally searched up Sergeant Rickles. Reckless. Oh god, Sergeant Reckless, a horse of a different breed. Oh, that is awesome.
No, yeah, no. This is pretty much the only animal in the history of the Marine Corps where being called sergeant is not just an honorary title.
They earned it.
No, you literally if you were in the Marine Corps, if you were a lower rank, like the example they gave is that if Sergeant Reckless, if you were like sitting there eating with people and Sergeant Reckless came up and like nudged her head on you, that was an order to give her food.
Give me your food.
And no one of lower rank was ever allowed to ride her.
Damn.
Amazing.
Wow. No, wow, she did that sergeant did a lot.
Quite a decorated horse, honestly.
All right, and also shout out to Solar Power for actually giving us just a straight up derpy prompt. It's been so long since we just got a straight up normal pony prompt. It's like draw derpy. Okay. All right.
Also,
randomize and spin.
If I recall correctly, Sergeant Reckless also had to have her own possession, and she couldn't get off of the boat until she went to quarantine.
But guess what, everybody? We forgot to do the dishes. Somebody mentioned it. You mentioned the dishes.
But it's in quotes.
We forgot to do the dishes.
So clearly somebody is upset at you.
Do those air quotes.
But we also have a protest initiative challenge.
The protest initiative challenge.
Remember, if you get 3, you have to skip a week.
The protest initiative challenge this week is rain.
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 Just like Africa.
I'm just imagining Toa just putting all the dishes outside, just Circuit's about ready to kill him. Rainstorm starts to come down to wash him.
I so hard pivot to stop myself from making a Rains in Africa joke.
Don't worry, I did it for you.